Depending on how you respond to this next question, depends on how the mood of the next 3 or 4 minutes is going to be. How many in this room want to separate from Chicago and Cook County? I just made that question up about 2 minutes ago. So, thank you. So, it's crazy. We filed House Resolution 101 4 weeks ago, and over the weekend it just went off the charts. We filed that on a Thursday, and on a Monday morning I had 3 or 4 newspaper, radio people calling, 2 television interviews. Went into the next day and did a Chicago WLS evening for about 5 minutes. I've never been on Chicago radio before in my life. Just amazing, and it's just constantly Google alerts coming up about the resolution. There's been a media outlet that did an interview with me early on. They did one with Representative Bailey a week later, and they did one with Representative Miller a week after that. And the take is that every time somebody like that talks about separated from Chicago, it just drives the numbers off the charts as far as the response to those stories. So the bottom line, I'm going to give you just a real few quick highlights about what we're intending to do here with the resolution. So we are trying to create a new state, a new Illinois. Yep. Keep responding to every one of my lines. It's going to take a few more minutes than I thought. So Andy may be pulling me off the stage here pretty quick if I run long. So what we are doing is using what the U.S. Constitution gives us under Article 4, Section 3. Okay? The rule of law is extremely important in this process. We realize that Chicago is not the only problem. Our legislature is out of control. They send us one bad policy after another. They make continually one bad fiscal or financial policy after another. We have unfunded pension liabilities, debts, estimates of $250 billion. That's $250 billion of this mountain of debt and unfunded pension liabilities. I'm not sure if as a state that we ever really recover from that. The other thing that's really important to remember in this process is Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution. Under the U.S. Constitution, in this article and section, we are supposed to have a Republican form of government. This means that power is held by the people. Leaders are to serve our interests, and leaders are responsible for helping all people, not just a few. So again, we're not splitting necessarily from any one particular county. This is a separation from current Illinois to create a new Illinois. We want a new start, a new state, and a new Illinois. And I want to give you just a few components of kind of a little bit of a process here. First of all, we have to organize by county. It's very, very important that we organize county groups because things have to be done at the local level. So as you think about this in the coming days or weeks or months here, I know there's petition drives to get questions on the ballot in November of 2020. We need to rally around, organize these groups by county. The other thing, eventually when we get this organized, there will have to be a Declaration of Independence. Very important. When that happens, there will be grievances to the state of Illinois prepared, published, and read aloud on each county courthouse steps. Eventually, it's going to have to be approved by the General Assembly and ultimately by the U.S. Congress. So a couple of things I need you to think about or to write down, if you will. There's an email address that I want you to, for those that want to be involved, just drop this email address a note and say, I want to be involved in separation or the new Illinois or whatever. And it's really simple. It's newillinoisstate@gmail.com. newillinoisstate@gmail.com. Another thing, when you're putting pictures up about these events and other things and the petition signing parties, hashtag Fight for 51. All right, Fight for 51. So So let's build a wall around Chicago. Let's get Cook County to pay for it. Fight for 51. Make Illinois great again. God bless America and God bless Illinois. Thank you.